Cleveland and Progressive Field. The Show brings you game one of a big 4-game set. It's the Baltimore Orioles taking on the Cleveland Guardians. Alongside Chris Singleton, I'm John Shelby. We get a chance to watch one of the hottest bats in the game. He's been huge for his team, Singy.
Yeah, just impressive contact and seems to find every gap available, Boo. I can't wait to see him in action in this one. Practically unstoppable as of late.
First pitch coming at you right after the break. And towing the slab in this one, Logan Allen. What do we have on him?
Well, I'm interested to see how he utilizes his sinker to this lineup, Boo. You know, it's not necessarily his go-to primary pitch, but he does mix it in when he needs it. He's just got to make sure that it's not flat. Otherwise, it's going to get hit hard. So look for him to throw it up there when he needs a big double play, a ground ball, something like that to get out of an inning, change it up for a hitter. Also, get those hitters looking down so that it opens up the top of the strike zone, especially late in an at-bat.
2-0 the count. Here it comes. Swings through that one.
Gonna really need to hang in there with that front side against this left-handed breaking ball.
Stays alive. Swing and a ground ball, and it goes just foul. Two now. Swings and misses, struck him out. All right, let's take a look at the Orioles lineup now. One guy leading the way offensively for this club right now, Gunnar Henderson.
Boo, this is one of those guys you want at the plate in those big game-defining moments. I mean, he's such a consistent hitter. You got to love watching him in those situations, and hopefully we'll get a chance to see that in this one.
Now here is Taylor Ward. First pitch swinging, and it's a knock. So a man aboard now with one away.
Batting third, the designated
Here's Pete Alonso. Swings and misses at the pitch off the plate. Next offering is fouled back. Allen, a 6-foot lefty, 190 pounds, and he was a second-round pick in 2020. Up the middle, and that chance handled. The flip to second, double play. What a twin killing to end the inning. No runs, one hit, no errors, and no one left. Now the Guardians will get their shot, still scoreless. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And getting to start for Baltimore, Dean Kramer. What do we have on him?
It's always interesting to see how he utilizes all of his pitches and how many of those he has a good feel for on that given day. When he's right, he's really able to keep hitters guessing, and all of his stuff seems to be coming out of the same arm slot, the same tunnel, and that can make life very difficult on his opponents.
That's a hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single. Here's Jose Ramirez, coming off a big one yesterday where he knocked in 5. Yeah, that's fouled off. The 0-1.
Well, he's really working him away this at bat. Sometimes take a little bit off velocity. Try to get a rollover, something on the ground. Stay away from that big hole on the right side of the infield.
Ball, that's low.
Jones gets his lead at first with nobody out. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. And it remains 2-2. Eighth pitch of the at-bat coming up. Still 2-2 after the foul ball.
5 foul balls in a row. I have no idea what that feels like, but you gotta love this battle. Just wondering who's gonna blink first.
He'll challenge, thought that was a ball. And that one just barely missed. The call is overturned. Still 2 challenges left for them. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. About to see the 11th pitch of the at-bat here. And that one in the air center field. Cowser moving under this one. 1 away.
Batting third, catcher, Bo Naylor.
Bo Naylor at the plate now. Naylor went deep in his most recent game. Now the 0-1. In the dirt. Man at first, 1 away.
Ball 2.
And it stays fair. Quick throw back in. Lead runner holds at second with 1 gone.
Well, a swing like that can help you come out of the struggle. We saw the numbers coming into the ball game, but all he's trying to do at this point is help his team win.
Here's the shortstop at the plate, Gabriel Arias. And that gets the inside corner for a strike.
Well, all eyes on the double play ball in this spot. No better.
Jumps, but it's off his glove. The throw is late, and that loads the bases.
Oh, just a nice job coming through in a pretty high leverage spot right there. Fielder got a piece of it, but the way that thing came off the bat, no surprise at all. He couldn't pick it cleanly. It's a very difficult play, and that swing definitely was deserving of a hit.
Squirts away a little bit. Well done behind the dish. High ground ball for a base stop. 1 runs in. Fires to the plate. Save. In comes the run from second. It's 2-0. First and second, 1 out. Brian Rocchio digs in for the Guardians. 2 on, 1 out. Chris, he's currently the team leader in stolen bases.
Could use a ground ball here. Something in the infield. Runner at first base. Get 2. Get out of this.
Right through there for a strike. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. Fouled off the plate. They'll do it again. Battling here as he fouls it away. Good battle here. About to be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. And there's a ball. Sets him down looking. He battled for a long time, but it finishes with a strikeout. You can't be mad at yourself after an at-bat like that one. So the call will stand. So they'll lose their first challenge. Up the middle. The flip. What a play. Inning over. But 2 runs for them, and they jump ahead. Second inning coming up from Progressive Field. Cleveland's out front 2-0. You're watching Orioles baseball on the show, Mid-Atlantic. Back here in Cleveland, all set for the start of the inning. So the Baltimore Orioles have had a rough go so far this season. Siggy, they got to be scratching their heads in that clubhouse.
Actually, Boog, I think the way they respond in the clubhouse is going to be critical. If you're able to laugh it off, trust your talent, and work hard, it should work out in the end. On the other hand, if they get tense and let a bit of panic creep in, things could get even worse.
The 0-2. And that skips in the dirt. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. Jordan Westburg, the next to hit for the Orioles. Swing and a miss. 0-1. You and I got a chance to broadcast the 2019 All-Star Game, and the city of Cleveland did such a great job. I felt like wherever you turned, there was some type of ad for the All-Star Game, a face of one of the players playing in the game. But the city overall supported the event really well.
Yeah, and I think the players backed it up from the home run derby and the show that was put on.
This one swung on and hit well, way back there. And that is a foul ball. Here's the 0-2. Strike three, and that's 2 in a row.
Thought it was a pretty good pitch. Top of the strike zone. We're seeing more fastballs in that location. Hitters, especially with 2 strikes, have to be ready to pull the trigger.
And a foul ball. Two down, nobody on. Strike 2.
You tie a guy up like that, you're feeling like you are in command.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out. And he strikes out the side here in the second. Orioles held in check there. Back now at Progressive Field. We head to the bottom of the second. David Fry digs in for the Guardians. And ball 1. That one fouled hard the other way. And a foul ball. Got him looking. That's a strikeout.
No, just couldn't pull the trigger on the fastball right there, and I don't think he was taking it thinking it might be a called ball or anything. I just think he was flat out frozen. Did not expect that location, in my opinion.
Digging in, number 74. And the 0-1. On the corner for a strike. That's to third. Throws to first in time.
Up next for the Guardians, right fielder, Nolan.
So the Guardians lineup turns over. Now here's Nolan Jones. And that's downstairs. And that is ball 1. That catches the corner. Jones wants to challenge this. Thought it was a ball. Barely a hair out of the zone, but it was a ball. So they get to hang on to their second challenge.
Ball.
Left field. And an automatic double now as it hops the wall in foul ground. Ramirez, the next to hit, takes low for a ball. On the ground to third. And that one handled. Tosses across to first. That's out number 3. 1 left for the Guardians after 2. Back here at the ballpark, coming off a tough series offensively, and a look at those numbers. Fouled off. He was late.
You know, these Orioles, as you probably noticed, haven't been shy at the plate at all. In fact, they've probably been too aggressive at times. I'm specifically talking about the first pitch. These batters are swinging more than 80% of the time, which is fine if you're scoring runs, but that hasn't been the case today.
That's going to count 1 and 2. Good job to fight that one off. The 1-2. Out towards right center field. It gets down a base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Batting eighth, second base.
And into the box for Baltimore, Jeremiah Jackson.
Ball, that's out.
Swings through that one for strike one. Mountcastle on at first, nobody out. Ripped on a line to center. One down.
Batting ninth, center fielder, Colton Cowser.
Here's the center fielder, Colton Cowser. No hits in the shutout yesterday afternoon. This one in the air center field. And makes the grab. 2 down.
Up next for the Orioles, shortstop, Gunnar Henderson.
Next to hit, Gunnar Henderson.
Yeah, the biggest storyline coming in was just how hot he's been. Haven't seen it yet today, but it's still early, Boog.
And first offering is fouled off.
It's not the first time we've seen him chase a fastball out of the zone. In fact, it's happened a few times now, and that's something to pay attention to the rest of the way.
And a foul ball, he stays alive. Got him. That ends the frame. Here in Cleveland, as we go to the last of the third, Bo Naylor digs in for the Guardians. Rips that one to right. One up, one down. So next will be the 4-hole hitter for the Guardians, Gabriel Arias. And the pitch is in for a strike, and it's 0-1.
Ball, that's inside.
Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt. The shortstop takes the ball. That misses the zone. Full count now. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Up next for the Guardians.
Now the left fielder, C.J. Paphes. And the first pitch misses for ball one. Though Chris, through the early stages, he hasn't been very efficient in terms of the pitch count. He's going to need to get some quick outs if he's going to get deeper into this game. Swing and a ball lifted left field. 2 away. It is interesting, though, when you consider the way the game is run now. Doesn't even matter that much if your starter doesn't go that deep, because teams are really aggressively building their bullpens. Rocchio, not sure what to expect after that first pitch. Sliced hard, but fouled down the left side. On the ground, right side, and a foul ball. Arias, the runner at first with 2 gone. See ya! Strikes him out for the second time today. Guardians leave 1, but they're on top 2-0. Back here in Cleveland, and into the box for Baltimore, Taylor Ward. Drilled out towards left center field. Paphes going back. Bangs off the wall. Into second easily with a leadoff double.
Multi-hit game for him now, and with the lack of results he's been having lately, I'm sure he's feeling some relief. Just missed out on a home run right there, but he certainly hit it hard enough. Just didn't have the right launch angle to carry it over the wall, but still an excellent swing of the bat.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. And now it's the polar bear, Pete Alonso. 0 for 1 so far. Hard grounder, just inside the line, base hit. Rounds third, headed for the plate. He'll score easily. It's an RBI single, and now they trail by 1.
Well, back within 1 as he brings home the run. Got the top of the ball a little bit, but not much. That was hit pretty hard through the infield, so I think he'll be happy with that swing. Definitely generated some good bat speed.
Here's Tyler O'Neill.
Ball, that's out.
And the 1-0. Here's a swing and a drive left field, and he knew it. Tyler O'Neill sends it out. His 4th home run of the season. And the Orioles jump out in front. It's 3-2.
Maybe he's starting to break out of this mini slump. That's the type of swing that makes you think good things are coming his way. That's exactly the pitch he was looking for. Crushes it and hits it out of the ballpark.
Here's the third baseman, Jordan Westburg. He struck out swinging at his first at-bat. This one in the air right field. Jones takes it in for the out. Now there's one away.
Up next for the Orioles, catcher Adley Rutschman.
Here's Adley Rutschman.
Struck out on just 3 pitches last time.
Swings and blasts one deep to left center, carrying well, and it bangs off the out-of-town scoreboard. The relay throw, and in there with a double off the wall.
Just a cookie down the middle. I mean, those are the ones you dream about. Ones in the cage, you're just hoping you get in the ball game. Right down the middle, not a whole lot of velocity, right on top of it.
Here's Ryan Mountcastle.
Possibly thinking about home run number 100 here. He's just 1 shy of that milestone.
On the ground to the left. To first, and he beats it. Everyone's safe.
Tough play and a nice backhand stop. Had to be perfect with the exchange and throw to get the out, but it looked like he had to dig in there a little deeper, like he was trying to get a split finger grip or something. Close play, but that little extra time on the transfer made all the difference.
First and second, 1 out. Jeremiah Jackson, the next to hit for the Orioles. This one chopped on the ground, but foul.
At the dish, looking to lift the ball in the air in this spot. Anything but the inning double play, Boo.
2 on, 1 out. Tied him up inside with that one. Double-barreled action in the bullpen. Hunter Gaddis preparing to come on if needed. Sabrowski, a left-hander, also got him looking.
Just locked him up right there for the second out, and that's an at-bat he's probably going to be thinking about for a little while. Didn't pull the trigger. Not how you want to go down in an RBI spot, so now you got to hope your teammate behind you can pick you up.
Next to hit, Colton Cowser. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 1. Late with the swing there.
Well, he's been aggressive right out of the box, and a smart pitcher is going to play off of that, especially when you get to 2 strikes.
Foul ball left side. He'll see another. Two on, 2 outs. Got him swinging for the strikeout. Good job at damage control right there. This homer brings the Guardians a bit closer. It's now a 3-2 ball game. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league. DeLauder
Ball.
takes
Down.
slow second trip to the plate in this one.
You know, these Guardians doing a great job, Boog.
Oh, this one high and deep. Way back there. Out of here. That's worth the price of admission. And they tie it up. It's 3-3.
So frustrating for any pitcher. Finished outside the zone, and he still managed to get punished with a home run. Now, Boog, clearly some frustration out there on the mound right now. I mean, that ball was so close to going foul. Would have been a long strike, but instead, batter gets rewarded. Did a nice job of getting to the pitch and hitting it hard enough to get over the fence.
That's a ball.
Nobody on, nobody out with a run in. We're here in the bottom of the fourth.
Always exciting to see a leadoff home run in an inning. Kind of gets the offense fired up, and you start to expect a big inning.
Here's a rocket out to left. Reaching for it, makes the catch.
Up next for the
And here's a
Guardians.
look at how he's using his pitches in this one. Here's the second baseman.
0-1.
Late swing, foul to the left. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Got him swinging for the strikeout. And that's 4 strikeouts.
That's about as nasty of a splitter as you'll come across, especially in terms of movement. I mean, that thing tumbles out of his hand and just drops off the table at the last moment. If he keeps it down, it's just so tough to put wood on.
Jones at the plate now. That's ball 1. Out towards right center field. Cowser makes a move towards the gap. Won't bring this one in. Throws to second. There's the tag. They get him. And that's the inning.
Batter tried to stretch that one into a double, but he wasn't about to let that happen. Nice job to get to the ball and fire that one into second just in time to get the out and end the inning.
I can make a big man do the running man. I can make a poor man do the money dance. I just told the label.
We go to the top of the 5th. Here's the Orioles leadoff hitter, Gunnar Henderson. That one fouled off.
I'm really impressed with this offense. They haven't been timid at the plate at all. They've been aggressive, and they're keeping the defense on its toes. 5 hits for them on the first pitch alone, so they're swinging and connecting right out of the gates.
That one lifted to left. And a quick out, number 1.
And with all that success on the first pitch, I'm surprised they haven't made an adjustment on the mound. Clearly, they need to start mixing it up and start making better pitches to start the at-bat.
Taylor Ward, the next to hit for the Orioles. And that is out of play. The 0-1. And a big swing and a miss.
Good late movement on that sinker right there. It's right where you want to get it to get that swing over the top.
That one not close. And the count 1-2.
Rarely will you see a pitcher just waste a pitch like that. The batter wasn't even tempted to swing. Every pitch needs to have a purpose so that it can set up a following pitch to help you get that out.
And that one almost hit him.
Straighten him up a little bit.
This one in the air, center field. DeLauder gets under it. Brings it in. And there's 2 down.
Up next for the Orioles. the
Pete Alonso now at the plate. Gotta be careful with this guy. He's got power. He can untie it with one swing. And he chases that one below the zone. Hard hit left side. And the Orioles set down in order. Halfway home, tied at 3.
I've been waiting restless, hanging for your call. For
Back now at Progressive Field. We head to the bottom of the fifth. Jose Ramirez digs in for the Guardians. High fly ball, and that one curling foul down the right side.
You know, these Guardians doing a good job of simply getting the bat on the ball in this game, and the numbers back that up. They've done a great job finding holes in the defense. Exactly half of their hits have come off.
Here's a rocket to right field, and that's got extra bases written all over it. Around first, heading for two. Safe at second with nobody out, and that double has the go-ahead run in scoring position.
Well, here we are, third time through the order, and this is where we see the OPS jump up. Manager might have to go to the bullpen a little bit sooner than he anticipated.
Hey!
A little out front there as he swings through it. Hit on the ground to the right side. Mountcastle steps on the bag, and that's the first out in the bottom of the fifth.
Not a bad outcome in that spot. The runner moves up to third, and now they have a chance to drive in the go-ahead run. It's not a knock, but at the end of the day, it's a good at-bat.
Arias, the next to hit, takes ball one. One away with a runner at third. Last half of inning number 5.
Well, this is a little tough for the hitter in the back of the mind. You're wondering with first base open, am I going to get a pitch to hit? Got to stay back. Let your hands work. Stay in the middle of the field.
And ball 4, 2 aboard. C.J. Papis digs in for the Guardians. This is again 5 in a row.
He's looking for a ground ball to get a double play and out of this jam.
Comes up empty. That's strike 2. Off the mark there.
Inside.
2-2.
That's a really good take.
Next offering popped in the air, right field. O'Neill in position. He's got it. Runner tags from third. To the plate. Save. 4-3. They take the lead. On the ground.
That ball's
and
back.
that's just foul. 0-1 now.
That's a ball. Ball 2.
Arias off of first with 2 away. That's a little
ball
bit
3.
low. So a
Nope,
walk
that's ball 4.
puts runners
Take
at
your
first and second. Here's the center fielder, Chase DeLauder. He's already homered in this game. Foul ball there. The 0-1. That's towards center. Cowser moving under it. And the inning is over. 2 men left stranded, but they do push across 1. 5 innings complete. Guardians 4 and the Orioles 3. This is Orioles baseball on the show Mid-Atlantic. Welcome back. It's been a great game, so let's take another look at the most important moment so far. And we've got ourselves a pitching change. Hunter Gaddis.
Still a lot of game left, and this game could go either way. So this is a big opportunity for him to get some important outs and try to help carry this lead into the later innings.
O'Neill leading things off. It takes a strike. Fought off foul.
I want to start that load a little bit sooner because of the good velo.
That one missed. Movement in the bullpen. Sean Armstrong, the hard-throwing righty, is up and loosening. Festa also throwing. 1-2 now. Gets a piece and stays alive. Next offering is outside. Swing and a miss. That's a strikeout. Pulled the string on the changeup. So next to hit for Baltimore, Jordan Westburg. Slider right there.
All sliders so far in this at bat to get ahead in the count, and clearly shows there was a game plan in mind for how to attack him in the box.
Outside low. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. Swing and a ground ball and foul ball. The 2-2 on the way. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Very strong coming out of the pen so far as he punches out the first 2 batters he's faced in this one, getting straight to work. Man, it's talked about a lot, but relievers are just so electric these days. These aren't fun at bats if you're a hitter. I'm so glad I'm retired.
And now Adley Rutschman. Got it started a little too early. Strike 1. Two down, nobody on. Swing and a miss. And it's 0-2. Called out on strikes. And he strikes out the side here in the 6th. 3 up, 3 down for the Orioles. Still down a run. It's 4-3. Well, we go bottom 6th. Stepping up for the Guardians, David Fry.
Now pitching for Baltimore, number 38.
And first offering is fouled off. All right, Siggy, trivia time. Back when this ballpark opened, 1994, one future Hall of Famer hit the first triple in the park, and another hit the first homer by a Cleveland player. Think you know who they were?
Okay, I know that Ken Griffey Jr. hit the first triple here, but first homer for Cleveland. Give me a hint.
Switch hitter. That's all you're getting.
Oh, dude. Eddie Murray, no doubt.
Bam. Off the mark there. Ball 1. Swing and a miss. Coming out of the bullpen and throwing BBs. So the batting order turns over. Nolan Jones digs in for the Guardians. Oh, look at the stop. Over to first. And that's a nice play to end the inning. Guardians fail to score. We go to the top of the 7th and into the box for Baltimore, Ryan Mountcastle. He's sitting on 99 career homers. We'll see if this is the moment to notch number 100. That's in there, and that is strike 1.
Yeah, and making it to 100 homers would be quite the career accomplishment for him. Out of the more than 20,000 players to take an at-bat in the majors, less than 5% have ever hit 100 dingers.
Lined, and that's a base hit. And that puts the tying run on base.
I'd say a mistake pitch in an 0-2 count. Too good of a pitch to hit right there. You have to expand the zone. Keep that leadoff man off first base.
Jeremiah Jackson, the next to hit for the Orioles.
Went down looking on 3 pitches last time. Let's see if he can be a little more aggressive right here.
Inside, ball 1. With a single base runner, because of all the power, they are dangerous to tie this thing up or take the lead. Line drive, base hit. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
Well, that was an important at-bat in this game, so a great job there stepping up to the challenge. Now a pretty big at-bat coming up with a chance to even this ball game up.
So up next, Colton Cowser. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. Glove flip for 1. A sensational double play.
Very smooth on the feed to second right there. You've got to love that glove toss move. You know, sometimes people think these guys are being a little flashy, but it actually can make more sense to do that than try to make a...
So Cleveland brings on a new reliever, Matt Festa.
And he may only have to face one batter in this spot. At least that's what they're hoping as he tries to strand that runner at third. Big spot here.
Now Gunnar Henderson swings through that one. 0-1. So after the double play, he's trying to pick up his teammate and tie this game. The Orioles with the tying run at third here in the top half of inning number 7. Swings and misses, struck him out. Huge strikeout there. One left for the Orioles. They still trail it here 4-3. Set for the last half of the 7th. Now it's Jose Ramirez.
Ball, that's outside.
Steps in, and when there are ducks in the pond, he brings them home. I mean, look at this graphic, Singy.
Yeah, Boog, he's one of the best in the league with runners in scoring position. Total gamer, produces when needed most.
That one misses.
Take your bait.
So a leadoff walk. And up next for Cleveland, Bo Naylor. This one chopped on the ground, but foul. Bradish, a righty that throws with power. 29 years old, and he was drafted in the 4th round back in 2018. He makes the grab.
Up next for the Guardians, the shortstop, Gabriel.
Now the 4-hole hitter for the Guardians, Gabriel Arias. In there, and it's 0-1. Runner on the move. Ball misses.
That's out.
And that's a stolen base, not even close.
Well, with that kind of elite arm he has behind the plate, man, it's a pretty big deal when you can swipe a bag against this dude. Maybe more than anything, it prevents teams from just testing him, thinking that they can even steal a base. But right here, they successfully moved that runner up to scoring position. Good job.
And it remains 2-2. Cleveland up a run, looking for more. That one is upstairs. And ball 4 to avoid.
Up next for the Guardians.
Here's the left fielder, C.J. Papis. That one close, ruled the ball. And it's 1-0. Catcher challenge, will take another look. And that one did find the strike zone. They'll keep their remaining challenge.
Lay off that pitch down. The last thing he wants is to hit the ball on the ground, but I wouldn't expect many pitches up in the zone. They'll be pitching for a double play in this spot.
Henderson, off balance feet, there's one. On the first, save. So they get one, but a really nice try there.
Well, that's great hustle out of the box to get down the line, knowing that a double play will end the inning. Good job at the finish, reaching out for the bag. Now they got runners on the corners and still an opportunity to pick up some runs.
Slashed foul down the right side. Gonna hook off into the seats.
Well, he missed badly with that 0-2 fastball. Hitter has to understand, probably wants to try to put him away with that pitch, so got to stay ready for it.
To second, but he beats the throw. Save. Two on, 2 outs. In the air to left center. Kowser on the move. Brings it in for the 3rd out. So they're able to work around a pair of walks. We go to the 8th and into the box for Baltimore, Taylor Ward. Late swing fouled off. Looking to get the tying run on base. Swing and a miss, and he got him to chase. Got him swinging.
Pretty good strikeout right there to start this 8th inning. Down one, any leadoff base runner really makes this inning a bit more interesting. But now this offense has to switch from possibly trying to manufacture a run to needing to run into something or just try to string multiple hits together to get a run across the plate.
Stepping in, Pete Alonso. Line drive, could be extra bases. Around first and hustling for second. And now the tying run is into scoring position.
Always feels amazing getting a job done when the team needs you to come through. It's just bigger than your own individual stats. Now that sets up a huge at bat in this ball game.
And next will be the cleanup hitter, Tyler O'Neill. He's already homered here in this one. First pitch swinging. And fouled off.
Well, if he's going to do something special right here, it's going to have to happen with 2 strikes.
Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Jones gets there. He's under it. 2 away now.
Up next for the Orioles, third baseman Jordan Westburg.
Here's the third baseman, Jordan Westburg. 0 for 3 in this one. Shot into the gap, and that should bring in the run. Alonso is way home. He scores to tie it up. Pulls into second. That's an RBI double.
Huge at bat to bring home the tying run at this point in the game. Really important at bat coming up now.
Adley Rutschman, the next to hit for the Orioles. 1 for 3. Man on second, 2 down. And that one fouled off. Tosses to first. They limit the damage here. But a run will score in the inning on this RBI double. All even now. On to the bottom of the 8th. Stepping up for the Guardians.
Nope, that's down.
Chase DeLauder. Tied at 4.
Aye.
Here's a 1-1. Swing and a miss at a slider. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. In the dirt, now 2-2. Fights it off, he'll see another. That's down and in. In there, sets him down on strikes. He didn't make it easy for him on the mound, but they still get the strikeout. And after review, it was a ball. Good eye. So they get to hang on to their second challenge. Fry now in the box, comes up empty with a swing there. Rudder takes off. Throw, save. That's a stolen base.
Now a good opportunity to potentially jump ahead in this game here in the later innings.
That misses. 2-1.
Hitter's got some good opposite field power. What I like about something being hit to the right side into the outfield is that the base runner at second has a very good read and can determine whether or not he can score on that base hit.
That's down.
And ball 4 to a board. Challenge from behind the dish here. Pretty close, but it was a ball. So they're now out of challenges. First and second, no outs. Here's the second baseman. That one misses. That's 5 straight. On the ground, right side to second. There's 1 to first. Double play. Nicely done.
The 3-6-1 double play, in my opinion, is one of the toughest plays to make. You've got a pitcher covering first, and the middle infielder throwing to a moving target. Everything has to be perfect, and right there, they made it look pretty easy.
Go-ahead run on base. Nolan Jones digs in for the Guardian. There comes a skipper.
For Baltimore, number 21, Ryan Helsley.
The Guardians with the go-ahead run at third. Here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. This one could be trouble. Able to score as the runner from third. They lead it in the 8th. And in at second with an RBI double.
Such great concentration. Everybody on their feet, knowing that you can come through with a good swing. And there he doesn't try to do too much.
Helsley, he's kind of a prototypical bullpen arm
Nope,
in
that's the
today's
ball.
game. Electric stuff that results in a ton of strikeouts. In a tough spot like this, that is a big-time benefit.
Now, as a hitter, when a guy like this comes into the game, you feel like he's standing on top of you, and it's just attack mode coming right at you, expecting to get a swing and miss.
Man at second. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Hit hard on the ground is short. And that'll keep more runs from coming in, inning over. But a run will score in the inning on this RBI double. Last chance coming up for the Orioles. We're back, and on the mound is the closer, Cade Smith.
Well, he's the guy they hope to turn to out of the pen to lock down wins. So this game has gone to plan, more or less. Let's see if he can wrap it up here.
Gets him to chase after that one.
Just not able to catch up to that velocity.
Swing and a miss. 0-2 now. Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt. Catcher has it, fires to first. Gets him. One away on a drop third strike.
Well, that right there is what you want to see out of your closer. Come in and close the door, cancel any hope that that opponent has in making some type of comeback in the ball game. Tell you what, that helps him settle in, and that helps everybody else relax a little bit to get these other 2 outs.
Jackson
that's off the
stands
plate.
in now, looks at that one inside. Here's a 1-1. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
From a pitcher's perspective, that's a beautiful splitter right there. As a hitter, you don't like it, but he's commanded his fastball, and out of that same tunnel, that's
Got him swinging for the K. Now only 1 out remaining. So digging in, Colton Cowser. 0 for 3. A fly out, a ground out, and a strikeout. Swings through that.
when you throw a fastball by a guy like that, I imagine it's got to feel incredible. Look for him to throw it again at some point.
Ball.
They're down to their final strike. Got him, and that's the ball game.
Well, this turned out to be an exciting, very well-played game. Always feels great when you can take the lead in the 8th at home. Come out in the 9th, crowd will be behind that pitcher as he tries to get those final 3 outs. Everybody goes home happy with a win like this.
Close one here today, and your final.